This episode of Art is the Healer is supported by Arts MB, the Beaverbrook Art Gallery, and the Sheila Hugh Mackay Foundation.
Hi, this is Deanna Musgrave for Art is the Healer, and today I'm going to be talking about an apocalypse painting I'm working on in 2020 for the Beaverbrook Art Gallery. So I started this painting in 2019 in the fall. I was approached by the director of exhibitions, John LaRue, and he asked me to create a giant mural-sized work for the green wall of the Elizabeth Currie Gallery. And in that gallery, you have the wall, and then over to the right would be their iconic Santiago El Grande by Salvador Dali, and over here would be the sky. So there's this real reflection of blue in both of those skies, and I was to make a piece that connected them. When I started considering this piece, I really felt like it should be, I wanted it in 2019 to be about the apocalypse because myself and other intuitives knew something was going to happen. And I really wanted us to have a discussion about what does it mean, the word apocalypse. Because what comes to most people's mind is an image of fear. And actually that's an image that is perpetrated throughout our historical world, images of certain people being damned and certain people being elevated. What I wanted to create was an image that's not tied to a religion. It's a human experience of the apocalypse, and one that kind of talks about where having polarity come into confluence. And in my painting, there is no one damned. Everyone's being elevated in some form. So I had two inspirations for this piece. One, of course, was the Dali that was going to be to the right of the painting. So, of course, I put a horse into the work because there's this iconic white horse that's bridled, and you have St. James almost riding in warrior-like in that painting. The other painting that this work is inspired by or connects to or makes reference to is Michelangelo's The Last Judgment. And in that painting, it's very polarized. You have the people above who are being elevated and the people below who are being damned. And I actually focused on the figures in the lower right corner that were being damned because, again, as I say in my apocalypse, I don't see anyone as being damned. I see everyone as being elevated. So I actually had models position themselves in the same positions as all the figures in that lower half, but I asked them to express a sense of elevation within that pose. So all the figures in my painting are making gestural references to that, but they're being elevated in my work. I think apocalypse is largely misunderstood. The original meaning of the term is an unveiling of what was once unknown, and I really do feel that that is happening in 2020. I think a revealing of what was once unknown can be an opportunity for transformation and healing. And that's what this painting is really about. And that's why I chose the title, Transcendence, bracket, in process. So there's going to be many stories in this work, and with my channel Art is the Healer, I'm hoping to, throughout the year, touch base on little stories of the work. You'll in a sense get to know the work before you see it because it's scheduled for exhibition as soon as the Beaverbrook reopens. And I think that will be a transformative moment for us all because the gallery itself is going through a physical transformation. We will have all gone through a transformation. The painting is about healing and transformation. I felt it was really important to show this painting, Transcendence in Process, within the year 2020, even though it's unfinished. I do feel like 2020 is a apocalypse, and that this painting is about the apocalypse. And I think in seeing it, it may help people to maybe reframe it as thinking of the apocalypse as a healer. Again, a really provocative statement. What do I mean by that? As I said, catastrophes, apocalypses, they're truly horrible. And we should not pretend like that is not happening. That's not what I'm talking about here. When we have something happen that's really horrible or a catastrophe, and we pretend like everything's love and light and everything's okay, you know, that's what I would call toxic positivity and gaslighting. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's important that we honor the loss and we honor how things are changing and the grief. And that's why I'm asking people to do with this work. Because, yes, there are so many things happening in the world right now that are catastrophic and scary. But there are also things happening that are transforming us. And although it seems like chaos, that chaos was always there. We're just seeing it now. And maybe in seeing it, in the unveiling of the truth, we can start to process how we can come into a confluence as a society and live in peace.
Like and subscribe at Art is the Healer, and check out my artwork at deannamusgrave.com.